Hello, my people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We have come again with another information that matters to us. Our Prime Minister is telling us about the declaration of Biafra in December. What we are expecting, how it will come true. The tension is very high. Will it be true? Will it not be true? Can he do it? What if he does it? What will be the repercussion? Can Biafrans defend themselves? Can Nigerian army defend themselves? And all that and all that. It is that way because Nigeria has been in power for a very long time. They've acquired a lot of ammunition. They've acquired a lot of friendship, a lot of alliances that will help them. But then, one with God is majority. God does not fight with number of people or by ammunition, not by chariots, not by horses. Things have been happening, even as they are armed to dictate. How do they cope with Biafra Liberation Army? Let us get more details to this very news by our Prime Minister himself. Please don't go nowhere.
Function as a law-governed state, capable of resolving its current political and economic crisis. My people of Biafra, our declaration in December is providing a remedy, providing alternative to the Biafra people and to the world, and to those who have business interests in the area, in Sahel region, and in Nigeria as a whole, because this is going to affect them positively. So Nigeria have found itself in a situation where they have become incapacitated. They are not capable of resolving every crisis that they are facing today. So the state is already a failed state. So what are we going to do in December 2nd? Our declaration will offer solution. And like I said, remedy to the economic crisis, to the insecurity, to the upsurge of terrorism, and what have you. And we believe that those who supported Nigeria to commit genocide against Biafrans in the 60s must be very ashamed of themselves today. Though we can see that many of them who are very corrupt, I am talking about those in America, for example, like, some of them we have seen removing Nigeria from the list of, special interest of a state that have committed crime against Christians, for example. Those who remove Nigeria without investigation, they are struggling very hard, trying not to look stupid by their continuous support for the Nigeria, even when they knew that Nigeria is already a failed state. The more they try to revive Nigeria, following their fake diplomatic ties, and the more Nigeria will continue to fail them. So, my people, there is no two ways about it. This time around, we have come to outsmart the nomadic system of Nigeria. And of course, our aim and objective is to bring and restore true democracy in Biafra land, which will affect the entire region. After December 2nd, we will move to the next level, which I call the phase 2 of the Biafra liberation, which this phase 2 will see the establishment and activation of the state institution within Biafra land, which is already functional as I speak. That will take over the Nigeria state functions, will take over the functions of other institutions from the Nigeria state, and that is the part of the delegitimization of Nigeria. And by announcing the United States of Biafra commitment to several international sanctioned principles, policies, and international recognized organization that Nigeria never had, we are going to make sure we approach every international organization that Nigeria has violated their treaties with impunity, providing Biafra to them and presenting Biafra as a remedy and alternative. With what we have done so far, we have been able to prove beyond reasonable doubt that you can't forge any document in Biafra and present it anywhere. We have eliminated the possibility to forge document, unlike the runners and all the criminals in Yoruba land are doing. That's what they do. They make a living by forgery. So my people in the United States, for those who are very, very unsure of what will happen after December 2nd, I am telling you now, giving you a hint. Our declaration of independence or declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra will be expected to legitimize the Biafra government in the eye of other non-terrorist states. This is going to take a very long time, and it requires many diplomatic approach, political approach, and of course, it also requires commitment from the Biafra government, which I believe we are not shaking from that end. In turn, we will be expected to recognize Biafra, and we don't care how long this will take. This kind of legitimization of Biafra state will be culminated in the quest or in our request or appeal to other states and international organizations to recognize the independence of Biafra. Our grievances that we expected to be listed on the declaration document has been drafted or has been drafted by our committee on the declaration of the declaration drafting committee will include the grievance declaration, the institutionalizing declaration, and the commitment declaration. I want you all in the United States to listen to this. Very, very important. We are going to have 3 major grievances in our declaration document. And so if you don't know what we are doing, we are fighting Nigeria academically. We are fighting Nigeria with brain. We are fighting Nigeria physically, and we are fighting Nigeria with gun. So what am I? Let me repeat it again. I said the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra will cover 3 major grievances. One is grievances declaration, institutionalizing declaration, and the commitment declaration. And this different declaration will be elaborated during the time of our convention in Finland. So when you come to Finland, you're going to have first-hand information, and you are going to read the history, be part of the history, and say where the history is happening, so that you will not say they told you, or you will not say you watch it from the social media. No, you are going to be there. Those who are privileged to come to Finland, you will be there to witness this thing yourself, how it is done. So, and then after that, you know, when I made a video the other day to explain to Biafrans who will be expecting that immediately after the declaration, the police will disappear from Biafra, no, the military will disappear. Of course, most of them use it to do propaganda, which doesn't move us. Because the thing is that they don't know what we are doing. They don't have the information, and they will never have the information. And even if they do, they will never support Biafra. And we don't expect everybody to support Biafra. Like I've said previously, even this Finland, when they voted 88 over 100, you know how many that voted for Finland Declaration of Independence. So what I'm trying to say is that the United States, those Biafrans in the United States, all of you must understand that the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra in December is going to come with a heavy Edoakanono. Edoakanono to the enemies, both the outside and within. And so we are going to be taking a little bit step forward to the Edoakanono that is happening presently. It is a must. So those who think that Simon Ekpa is laughing at them or laughing with them, my brother, don't look at this laugh and this face. I have always warned, if you follow this face, you'll be deceived. I am not here with a clean eye, fighting for Biafra, fighting against Nigeria Islamic State, fighting against the terrorist state of Nigeria, Ejira Anyoma, and Osa Nigeria. Don't look this face, it will deceive you. I want to assure you that in the coming weeks on this lockdown of Nigeria institution, it's going to be a litmus test of what is to come. We will continue to prove to Nigeria terrorist state that they have lost every legitimacy to govern anybody in Biafra territory. That's our target. There is no other target we have. The reason why this 1 month lockdown of Nigeria institution in Biafra land is to prove to them that they have lost the legitimacy. And if they try to bring those terrorists to kill our people and put it on Biafra people who are ready to take it upon them or take it with them. We are not going to move any inch backward, in the sense that when they try to kill people, they say, oh, Samanepa put the lockdown, they are locking. That is what. If you make yourself a willing to, you have yourself to blame, and your family will ever regret allowing you to be used as a propaganda machine by the Nigerian state. Nothing is going to come out of it, I promise you. Do not fall a victim of the Nigerian state because of your hatred for freedom. Do not fall a victim of the Nigerian state because of the peanut you receive from the secretariat. Secretariat will be raised in time to come. I am telling you, we are still watching them. Let any secretariat open and you see what Biafra is going to do to that secretariat. That land belongs to us, and we dictate and decide how we use it. And after that, we'll rebuild our land. So Biafra government needs your support to make sure that we achieve this particular step-by-step delegitimization of Nigeria until December, when we will have our convention in Finland. Thank you from here, and may God bless you. I don't want to waste your time.
We in Finland know what it means to fight for your independence. We did it from 1939 to 1944. You are fighting for your independence. You're fighting for your rightful place with the West. I wish you, Ukraine, the best of independence. Slava Ukraini.
Nations have a right to choose their own alliances. There are inalienable rights governments must protect. The rule of law must be cherished. Sovereignty and territorial integrity of all states must be respected.
The UN Charter and its principles of sovereignty, territorial integrity, human dignity, and the right to self-defense, these principles are universal and we must uphold them. International law must be protected always and everywhere, without any ambiguity, in Ukraine, in the Middle East, and everywhere in the world. This is our global responsibility.
Self-preservation must be protected at all costs. Today, the Biafra Liberation Army have neutralized dozens of these terrorists in our land, and we are proud of them. They will continue to go down. Our demand is very simple. Pull them out of Biafra land. Remove every checkpoint. If against we do not dismantle all the checkpoints, they will continue to die. We will continue to excel. We will continue to deal with Nigeria, and Nigeria will never ever remain the same until Biafra exits from Nigeria. A government that uses violence will be responded with the same and equal measure of violence in self-defense. So I told them, oh my God, here is not taken. I will turn to a beast and Biafra will come. Nigeria has no rule of law. Their rule of law is gun and bullet. And we have
Yes, lovers of freedom, you are watching history. At least what you will tell the ones that is not following, we are no more in a haste because we have seen the end of Nigeria and we have seen the beginning of Biafra. We will protect our land with every law that guide us, every law that give us the right to protect ourselves.
By Abubakar Yunusa, Prime Minister of the Biafra government in exile, Simon Ekpa, has listed 4 steps for the materialization of Biafra independence. Ekpa disclosed this on Tuesday through his official account X. He narrated the step-by-step progress recorded so far towards the achievement of the liberation of Biafra. According to him, the Biafra BRGIE government has achieved the first stage despite the slander campaigns by those who do not want Biafra to succeed. He noted that the second stage of Biafra independence through its declaration and advocacy has been 60% successful. Ekpa stressed that the third stage, which is the recognition of Biafra as an independent state, has been 50% done. BRGIE boss Ekpa added that the fourth stage, which is to build and reconcile Biafrans, will soon take off. Here are the 4 steps of Simon Ekpa and the government of Biafra to get to Biafra. Step 1. I have accomplished my first mission. It makes the kidnapping and sale of Mazi Nnamdi counterproductive and useless for both sellers and buyers. Both parties are on the run. Step 2. My second mission is to declare Biafra out of exile and defend it in the homeland. This we have done 60%. Step 3. My third mission is to work for the recognition of Biafra as an independent state. This has also been done 50%. Step 4. My fourth mission is reconstruction, reconciliation and reintegration of lost Biafrans. This is what is being loaded, he said.
Biafrans, in a government, you don't hide anything. Anything you are doing in a government, you don't hide it. And that is why you see the movement. You come out, you tell the world, this is what you want to do. And this is how you are doing it. Then the enemy, then that is the only time you will see the power of the enemy, what they have in counter. If they don't have anything in counter, that means you are winning. We have listed out how Biafra will come. We have listed out what we will do after the declaration of Biafra and what it will be. And the people that will take up the job have circulated all over the world. And here is the beginning of this movement.
My fellow Biafrans in the North, and of course those that have joined and are listening to this program today, I have come to address many of you for the very first time in the northern Nigeria in connection with a horrific and savage act of terrorism against our land a few days ago. We have seen on social media images, videos, including those who survived the attack against our students in their schools. This attack claimed the life of dozens of peaceful, innocent students in their hostels. My fellow citizens of Biafra, this attack were also meted against our students and doctors, women and teenagers. As usual, everywhere is silent. Have you not seen videos of the survivors that are on social media in pool of their own blood? But those castigating the Biafra government defense of Biafra land are all silent. What does that tell you? And of course, they are waiting for the Biafra defense forces to engage these terrorists before you will hear their national outcry of how we are killing people. The Biafra defense forces are fighting to save the life of those they have kidnapped. Many may be in a very critical condition. But I'm very, very confident and very optimistic that in the coming days, you will be seeing results and news that will be coming from the den of those terrorists. Because of the recent attack on Biafra soil, which we all know that is being aided by their counterpart accomplices in the Nigeria Terrorist Army Police and other agencies within Biafra land, in order to divert our attention from neutralizing and eliminating them. I have to tell them today that, unfortunately, our focus will not be diverted. Our focus remain on them because they are the generator, they are the facilitator, they remain the accomplice, they abet, they aid, and they protect and shield these ragtag terrorists that are now on rampage in Biafra land. But one thing is certain, you see this month of August will never be forgotten in the history of Nigeria and the Biafra struggle. We will engage these terrorists ruthlessly. And as you all know, the Biafra government has taken measures, additional anti-terrorism measures, anti-sabotage measures, which the government has adopted, and the result will be coming out in a few days or weeks to come. One of those measures being that from the 30th of this August, there will be no additional entrance of cows through the bushes and the border of Biafra land. 2, there will be no movement of cows, interstate movement of cows through the forest. And if you violate this particular law and measures that the Biafra government have introduced in order to curb and fight these terrorists in our land, believe me, we don't ask questions, and we don't have prisons. We do not have prison yard or facilities or correctional facilities. This is an official announcement that from the 30th of August, every movement of cows in the bushes are banned, completely banned. And remember that this pronouncement has never been made since the beginning of the liberation of Biafra. Even when the corrupt idiots were making their laws of the movement of cow and the terrorists and all that, which were never enforced, from the Yoruba land down to the Biafra land. Many of these fake people paraded themselves as representative of the people, has one point in time tried to ban the movement of cows, because these are terrorists who follows them. And all this while we have been observing, waiting for a moment like this when they have attacked us, and the evidence is there. So from the 30th of August, and I know that before 30th of August they are going to unleash mayhem on our people, but believe me, whatever happens, know that Biafra government is equal to the tax. We will never deviate from engaging their counterpart in the uniform. From the 30th of August, we will face those terrorists in the bush. And I promise Biafra people that under this government, we will eradicate the interstate movement of terrorists with their cows from one place to another. It is our focus. And that particular measures has been taken, considered by the government and the Biafra Defense Forces, and implementation will follow ruthlessly. So Biafra people, all you need remain the support to the government, and we thank you for the support you have given so far by making sure that you are speaking in one voice like never before. The Nigeria state are quaking and panicking. Those one Nigeria gullible, idiotic fraudsters, the internet criminals are quaking and trembling because they have seen that Biafrans are all behind the Biafra government. And it shocked them. And more of this will be coming, more of the hate will be coming, because they see that you are now coming back in unison and becoming unified. That unity is exactly what this tour is targeted at achieving. We thank you in homeland, Biafra de facto government in the homeland, who have smartly conducted and conducting the self-referendum, and we have seen over 50 million votes. Still counting, because the voting will end November 28. I want to thank you for your belief and trust in the Biafra government. The changes you crave for, the nation you are fighting for, you will enjoy it. I want you to understand that many propaganda will come because they see Prime Minister of Biafra is standing very strong, and I am telling you all that I will be the end of Nigeria. I have said this severally. I will say it again. I will be the end of Nigeria. Somebody have to be the end of Nigeria. Somebody have to do it. I am here to do it. We are here to fight and pass freedom onto our new generation, and not this situation, not this slavery, not this new colonialism that have destroyed the future of our people. Biafra will be the beginning of civilization in Africa. We have introduced the most acceptable democratic system by allowing Biafrans to speak, by participating in free will voting for their self-referendum. And of course, the pathway to freedom is after the referendum has been conducted in Finland. We will gather from the 29th of November to 3rd of December 2024, where delegation from all over the world will gather to append their signatures to confirm the consent given to them by the Biafra people to declare the restoration of independent state of Biafra. After that, we will communicate Abuja. And this warning of withdrawal of all the terrorists in uniform from Biafra land will be enforced with the highest force. We will not fight conventional war with them. We will detect how this war will be fought. And it is going to take us 20 years to eliminate Nigeria from our land. We are ready for it. If it is going to take us 10 years after 2nd of December to eliminate Nigeria in our land, we are ready for it. I want you to understand that America left Vietnam because of the asymmetric and the guerrilla warfare, the jungle warfare that Vietnamese unleashed on Americans during the war. Our own will be worse than the Vietnamese war. We will make sure it is the only way out of the enslavement of Nigeria. It is the only way out of the terrorism of Nigeria. They thought they can eliminate us and they force us together with the barrels of the guns. We have come to let them understand that Nigeria can never win this war, not now, not tomorrow, not never. The earlier they accept this self-referendum and start immediately the United Nations procedures or recognition of Biafra and acceptance of the self-referendum, the better for them. If they refuse, believe me, we will destroy Nigeria because that is the only way to save our life. And at the end, they will still declare and recognize Biafra. The worst part of this very sad truth is that with the barrels of the guns. We have come to let them understand that Nigeria can never win this war, not now, not tomorrow, not never. The earlier they accept this self-referendum and start immediately the United Nations procedures or recognition of Biafra and acceptance of the self-referendum, the better for them. If they refuse, believe me, we will destroy Nigeria because that is the only way to save our life. And at the end, they will still declare and recognize Biafra. The worst part of this very sad truth is that if they accept this amicably, in peace, they will save lives and save many things. But if they refuse, I will tell you, many things will go down. At the end, we will sit at the round table and discuss the liberation and independence of Biafra, when a lot of damages may have been done, which can never be repelled and recalled. I am telling you today, I'm standing on this planet Earth on the ground. I'm promising Biafra people that I will not hand over slavery to my children, to our generation, but freedom is what we will hand over to them. Not just freedom, but Biafra, where they will have the opportunity to aspire to whatever they want to be in life, where they will live freely, have the power and ability to study and compete among nations of the world. What you are doing today is because you know Nigeria has failed. The reason you are supporting me, why I am in exile, why the government is in exile, is because you know we have profiled a better solution. We have profiled a brighter future for you. And it is not just profiling. We are coming with a realistic solution to your problems. We will provide electricity, provide good road, healthcare system, insurance. We will also make sure that the database is the first thing we are going to do, which we have already done with the Biafra government in exile. Today we have the BSA, Biafra Security Administration, which is responsible for collecting the data of Biafras and the issuance of Biafra National Identity Card. We have started solving your problems even before we get recognition and before declaring independence. We have also provided solutions to the insecurity that are now rampant in Nigeria. Every part of Nigeria is facing annihilation because of the jihadist movement, the continuation of the Usman Danfodio, which every one of you know the history, what is happening today in Nigeria is the continuation. And the target, primary target, remained the Biafra territory, which we have resisted and continue to resist. So my brothers and sisters, those of you who believe in Nigeria, you have a choice, it is your right. But remember, we have gathered 50 million. For you to outnumber us, you will have another 60 million or 51 million that will say no to Biafra. Only then we can back down. For now, we have the majority of the Biafra people, those who have never voted and participated in Nigeria election since they were born. They are now voting in Biafra self-referendum. And some idiot will be telling you, oh, how many are you in Biafra? Where did you get the 50 million vote? Ask them, do you have any statistics? Do you have any document, record, data of anybody, of everybody in Biafra land? Ask them, how many are you in Nigeria? How many are you in the eastern region, which is the territory of Biafra? Who have the data? Where is the record? Today, our record becomes the authentic record. Our own record, the data being collected from this voting become the authentic record, because you never conducted any reasonable and realistic census on our people. Everything in Nigeria is fake. You go to Google, you go to Wikipedia, you see what they are reporting, 20 million people, 30 million people, and they think that it is the time we are going to be looking at what they are writing on Wikipedia. Wikipedia that is being manipulated by the result of those nomadic people that were leading the Nigeria Census Board, where they will be counting cow leg in the northern Nigeria, and they disenfranchise the eastern part of Nigeria, which is Biafra territory, and they will count one family and jump the other family. Not even that. Majority of Biafrans never participated in the Nigeria census, and they don't want to participate because they have lost faith in Nigeria. But in this Biafra self-referendum, they have come to identify with the Biafra government, and this result from this voting become the authentic number of people that actually qualified to cast their vote, and it will be authentic. We call on Nigeria and those who care that the authentication of the result of the Biafra self-referendum will be the only pathway to peace. The refusal and the rejection will be the pathway to anarchy. And we are ready to carry guns, not just for the self-defense, but to defend the result of the self-referendum. Thank you very much. Biafrans in northern Nigeria, I thank you. And let those who are still hanging on the roadside thinking that what we are doing here is a joke, you are going to regret not supporting this freedom up to this point. Nigeria have nothing on us. For those rappers in America, I want to tell you today that you defined who you are, and nobody else will tell you who you are. You defend yourself, nobody else will defend you. We have seen how people are dying in other parts of Nigeria. Nobody is protecting and defending them. Those who supposed to be the security that should be protecting the people are actually helping the terrorists to take over their land. They attack your land, in after 2 weeks, people that you don't know where they come from will occupy your land, and that is the end. As I'm talking to you today, it is a fact that people were born in IDP camp in Benue State, and today they are 19 years. 19 good years born in IDP camp and still living in IDP camp. Who is living and occupying their land? Strangers. From Central African Republic, Fulani from other parts of Africa occupying their land. And the government of Nigeria, that is a terrorist state government, have done nothing to make these people go back to their land. That is what we have prevented in Biafra land. And that is the reason why the security of life or property of Biafra people will be taken very seriously, and we will protect our women ruthlessly like we are going to do in the next coming weeks, those terrorists that attack and kidnap our doctors, our students from the school, I pity for you. Run! Because there will be no excuse. We will hunt you down. We will hunt you down. I am telling you the fact. In the next few weeks, you will be hunted down. Any place you are in Biafra forest, we will hunt you down. Remember, Biafrans, that for this to be possible, we will need to continue to support and fund the Biafra Defense Forces. It is their job to protect our land, and that they have sworn to do, and that they have done very well. Which is the reason this attack against Biafra is not a rampage like we see in other parts of Nigeria. But we will use this time around to set example to those who are planning to attack us in the future. And from here, I say, may God bless you. Biafrans in the northern Nigeria, airborne to the Biafra Defense Forces. Airborne! Adani Murandegede.
Odagu! Ukolo Mwakiwu!
Oh, Bukane,
Yes, Okukolo.
Nobody is going to protect our land than us. We have done that very well. I will continue to do it till Biafra is declared and defended. Northern Nigeria, today is the beginning. Unify yourself, bring everybody together, so that the day we are going to call the shot, nobody will be left behind. The time is fast approaching. Everybody knows that Ogunu Nagba, Kwarapu, Kwarapu. And if it calls for every one of you to leave, remember, leave everything behind. We will recover them at the end of the day. This is not 1967, where you are going to abandon your property and go back, and then they will come and tell you it's an abandoned property. It is never going to happen. Make sure you have the document of your property intact. Take them with you. Run back to Biafra land, and let us do the job for you at the end of the day. I promise you, none of Biafra property, none, I mean none, not even one room that you have a document that we're going to leave behind. We'll fight Nigeria. Even after this freedom has been restored, we will still engage Nigeria until we are satisfied that what they have done to us, we have gotten them back. Thank you. William, where you are going to abandon your property and go back, and then they will come and tell you it's an abandoned property. It is never going to happen. Make sure you have the document of your property intact. Take them with you. Run back to Biafra land, and let us do the job for you at the end of the day. I promise you, none of Biafra property, none, I mean none, not even one room that you have a document that we're going to leave behind. We will fight Nigeria. Even after this freedom has been restored, we will still engage Nigeria until we are satisfied that what they have done to us, we have gotten them back. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, Biafrans. You know, Ogwejiofo, you know what it means. Ogwejiofo, Ogwejiofalo. That is exactly what you see going on. The time, there is no better time than now. They have shown us their hand, the way they play their own game, and you have heard PM here. We are not only fighting to liberate Biafra, but any property you have out of Nigeria will be restored. You know why? We have every legal status to do it. In as much as you buy your land, you build your house, and you have document covering, you know, document is very, very important. Without document, PM will not be talking. Document covering anything you have in Nigeria. There is a law that protects everything. Buhari, Tinubu, all of them, all these criminals in Nigeria, all of them have assets. They have houses in America, in Dubai, in Canada. How did they owe it there? Exactly the same system. That is how we are going to take our own thing. We are not leaving anything behind. We have seen the documents of what we are talking. We have seen the documents of what we are talking, because without documents, you cannot act. We have seen the document. That is what we are trying to let you know. We are bearing physical witness. We hide nothing in Biafran movement. The papers they are preparing when Biafra is declared, the one that is covering Biafran Liberation Army, the one that is covering institution, the other one that is going on now, grievances warfare, grievances declaration. People are at work. The ones that will protect your document, we have seen it, how they are preparing it, because every other country in this world have asset outside the land. Then we go here a little. We go here a little so that everybody will know we are holding Nigeria in a very bad junction. Very, very.
All right, thank you. We'll call it a wrap on this very video. Yes. Oh, Roland Umume, when I demanded one day. Of course, what we are dragging is our own. We're not dragging any other person's thing. So God will help us. God of justice will come down and fight for Biafra. If we held them spellbound in that 1967 to 1970, is it now that we cannot do nothing? We definitely can do something. Okay. Thank you, everyone. God bless you all.